Welcome back to another episode of Good Times Ahead. I'm your co-host, Nick Eustace. This is my boy, Tanner Thompson. And today we have with us a very special guest, probably the funniest person in the GTA, Neema Naz. So do you just want to get into things here? Or?
Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
We're going to go right into it.
Let's get her going, boys.
Let's go back to the beginning. I got an intro question for you.
Yeah, let's go.
I think people want to know if you're like the class clown, if you're always a funny guy, your family always know you were funny. Like, how did you sort of know you were going to be that path?
I like it. Straight into the questions.
Straight into the point.
Straight
Fuck
in.
yeah.
We're not fucking around.
No fucking around here.
No.
No
This guy's got no tooth.
Let me address that first.
Hey guys, so I'm here with special guest Neema Naz. What happened to your tooth, bro? Let's discuss this first.
The only thing that matters today is your tooth.
Do you want how I originally lost it or how I lost it?
Both are origin stories, yeah.
So we'll go with the original.
Yeah, let's go Batman, yeah.
I have two stories. I have one that makes me sound tough, and then the other one that's the real story. The one that makes me sound tough, I just keep it short and sweet. I'm like, yeah, I got hit in hockey or I got hit in the face. The real story makes me sound like a fucking idiot. But I was like 10 years old. I was playing catch with my dad with like a hardball.
Right.
And there were a bunch of dogs fighting in front of me. And
oh, shit.
I looked down. My dad kept playing. He yelled, and I like looked up and just smacked me right in the face.
Whoa.
Lost the one right away. The other one was like dangling. And I was like 10 or 11. Go to the hospital. They saved the one. Obviously, they didn't save this one. And,
yeah, obviously. Yeah.
No shit. And ever since then, I just haven't had a tooth. Like I was walking around from like 11 on with no tooth. And then they finally put in like a flipper. And my nickname throughout my whole life playing hockey was Jibs or Jibbies because it's slang for teeth.
Oh, okay.
So I was like 11 years old. My coach comes in. He's like, "Oh, you look like you brush your teeth with a can opener." And I was like,
"Wow,
like,
that's pretty damn. That could be traumatic, bro."
Like, oh,
kid,
fuck.
Yeah, the fuck, you're 11.
But I just embraced it. And
then, he walks in and says, "Hey, you look like you fucking shit. Let's go get on the ice, boys." Like, what the hell?
He's like, "Oh, you have summer teeth, summer here, summer there." I was like, "Oh, fuck, thanks, man."
Yeah.
But then
that's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, I've broken my wrist a couple times jerking off too hard, you know?
Yeah. No. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best.
Carpal tunnel?
Carpal tunnel, yeah, very early age, you know?
Video games and
Thank you, Brazzers. Yeah,
no. Wasn't cheap either. Right?
That's definitely not cheap, yeah, premium membership. So, I broke my wrist rollerblading, skiing a couple times, yeah.
Nice. Skiing's fucking dangerous. I won't ever go skiing.
No, honestly, like, you can go
scary, bro. It's scary, bro. I was brave. You know, I broke my wrist. I went on the double black diamond, and there was a jump. I was like, yo, bro, I've been fucking skiing for 7 days. You're telling me I can't go off this little jump? I totally underestimated it.
Yeah.
I took some speed. Not literal speed, like ecstasy. I'm saying like on the snow. You know, wound up, got on the fucking jump. Literally as I left the jump, I was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking break my body somehow. There's no way I'm coming back down safely.
You thought you were going up, but you just went down.
No, I went up. I went up, but I was like in the air. I'm like, oh fuck, and then
just paused.
I was
mid-air.
I was shocked because I was like, how am I gonna land? And then like I was like, yo, here's a smart idea. Let me land on my wrist to break the fall. Instead, I broke my wrist.
And the fall.
Yeah.
better that than landing on your head and breaking the fall.
Well, I mean, I was just going straight down, like. I didn't even like flip or anything. It was
some of the funniest videos are like the scorpion videos, like the guy's face like goes.
Oh, I know that was even worse. Fuck that. Yeah, that's
ones.
terrible. But anyway, I've never been skiing since.
Those were the best videos, just like the wipeout compilations. I used to watch those all the time on YouTube.
I would watch you editing those, like you like talking behind like someone following and like.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, for sure.
Not to give you content, but
yeah, no.
You're a funny guy yourself.
That's gonna be my content from now on. Just. Talking about people wiping out.
I heard I was listening to one of the podcasts and you said that you were a big YouTube guy. Mm-hmm. Like, what did you watch on YouTube? And
just mostly like beauty videos. Trying to make sure I know how to do my makeup properly. But no, I used to watch a lot of like pranks and street interviews. Mm-hmm. Sketches, accents, impressions videos, stand-up comedy. Like I was obsessed with all that shit. So. I was like, man, I got to do this one day. I don't know how or when, but yeah, I always loved it.
You start practicing in the car and stuff like
That's
that?
That's it. Yeah, literally, I would fucking quote everybody's shit. I would just try to be funny in my own way, being inspired from all those other people on YouTube every day.
Were you like a class clown growing up, or?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I was always the funny guy in my friend group or in my family. anyone I would meet really at work, like I'll be the funniest guy, and I knew it. I was very I was good at nothing else, but I was like, I know I can make this motherfucker laugh.
That's good to know though. Like, you're very self-aware of, like,
Yeah, for sure. I was like,
at
man, I get no girls, but yo, I can make them laugh.
Which
Right? Yeah, I'm shit at school, but I can make these teachers laugh.
my teacher loves me.
My teacher loves me.
I gotta be not because of my grades.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm fucking dumb as shit, but I can make this bank teller laugh.
Yeah. How about your girlfriend? You got a girlfriend recently?
Oh
Right?
yeah, we broke up. Yeah, a couple
nice.
months ago. Yeah.
Okay,
I
sorry.
actually saw her last night. I saw her last night randomly at like 1 a.m. outside.
Yeah,
It was like completely. There's no one else on the street. It was just me, my brother, and my friend Austin, which you've seen his videos probably too. Austin Alexander, hockey guy. And then I'm walking, and then all I hear is, "Hey, Neema." I'm like, "The fuck?" I was
you doing up at
"Why
1
are
a.m.?
you here?" You don't even like. Both of us don't even live in that area at all. And then I was just so weird that you mentioned that, because I was like, I've never seen an ex in public before.
Yeah.
And it finally happened to me, and I was like, "Oh fuck!
Oh,
what do I do
At 1
here?"
a.m. too,
It's
right?
so awkward. I was like, "Oh, hey." So what are you doing?
Bye.
seeing you.
Yeah, I was just standing there like a cock, just like hands in my pants, like head down.
I love
I
a
don't
good
know,
high
like-
bye, right?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna shake your hand or hug you, right? It's weird, right? And like I don't want to get turned on again, or like all of a sudden we're fucking in the back alley just for a good old time's sake. Oh, I miss you, babe. I miss you. Fucking.
Never talk to her again.
Never. Yeah, we just kind of like dipped right away. But anyway,
It's an awkward interaction. I just had
has that ever happened to you?
I just recently
Happened
had
to
a
him
run
recently
in-
a lot now too.
Yeah,
Really?
hadn't seen my ex for like 8 months. Thankfully, it was some time.
Yeah.
I'm working out at the gym and just feel a tap on my back.
Oh,
I was
God.
Like, oh fuck! Look up. I'm like, oh, great seeing you. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta finish up my set. Gone. Just,
Yeah.
see ya.
Why does it sound like two Canadian dads talking? Oh, hey, great seeing you. Yeah, just finishing my reps here. Yeah, so how are things with the family?
And then leave again, get some water on
Yeah,
the way
just
out.
leave again. Okay, I gotta head out now.
gotta
Hey,
go
take care. Okay, gonna get my my gear and head out there.
That's just the bathroom excuse to leave somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Always,
exactly.
it's so obvious. Like people always use it like it's easy.
100%.
The bathroom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
Oh,
take a piss.
Yeah, I gotta go drop
really,
a fucking duker, Yeah. That's
So
funny.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So like
We're so off script, it's crazy.
we just kind of
We haven't answered one question.
There have been 0 questions answered.
We don't even know
I've
what we're
just been
talking
ripped
about. We're just fucking rambling about nothing. I like it.
All right. So
No.
obviously like being a comedian.
Yeah.
You being an athlete, like everyone sort
You're an
of
athlete?
thinks of us as like these things.
Yeah.
So how do you sort of deal with
People
thinking you're that instead of like what other things you want to be known as? Obviously, you want to be a comedian, but like
Yeah.
you get
Not
introduced
Neema
as a
the
comedian
person.
instead of like you're not a person. You know what I mean?
Right.
So how do you sort of deal
people
with
think
that?
I'm just like one like content creator or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, mostly to solve that problem is to just be yourself more than anything, because that's what I found works a lot. Is that's the reason why I'm even here in the first place. I always preach this is just having the authenticity and the realness of just being yourself and being raw in every aspect of whether it's on camera or in person is the thing that will separate you from other people, because not a lot of people, especially these days, show that side of them where it's genuine and it shows their flaws and everything like that. As for me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this is who I am. Like,
Take it or leave it.
No, yeah, but also it's like, obviously I have shit to work on myself, but I can't hide who I am now. It's like, sure, I might be a better person later, but it's like, this is the whole point. It's the process of getting to that point. And that's what I feel like people resonate with a lot, and they actually think it's refreshing. And I think it's refreshing when I see it on another person. So that's what definitely, that's what pretty much tells people, oh, I'm not just a content creator. Like, I'm a human being, one, obviously before anything else, but also, yeah, like I do stand up, I do acting, writing, producing, all that shit, and I try to show it all and do it all, because it's what I love. So why not?
When people hate or whatever, do you kind of think to yourself, okay, they might be going through something as well. They might not be happy with their lives, so they want to trip you. Like, do you remind yourself of that?
Dude,
or is it kind of just
for
Do
sure.
you get a lot of hate?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The most things I get is a lot about my weight, and like, 'cause I'm a bigger guy. Obviously I've always been a fucking bigger guy. So people always talk shit about like one video, I did a David Goggins parody of me running with my shirt off, right?
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, I'm very comfortable in my body. Like, I have confidence. I'm not like shy or like self-conscious about my body. Like, I know I have shit to work on, like I said. But in the meantime, I'm like, well, this is what it is, right? It's like I'm working on it. And that video fucking blew up, and 90% of the comments are like, oh man, yo, this guy needs to fucking hit the gym, yo, this fat fuck, you know, like crazy shit, like just like mean shit, right? And like I read all of it, but I don't let it affect me because I'm like, well, these guys just don't have context on who I am as a person and in my life, right? The people who do have context on me know, like, okay, man, like I fucking changed my whole lifestyle 2.5 years ago because I was even bigger guy before. I was obese. I was like fucking, you know, I was eating like shit. I was sleeping like shit. I had bad habits, you know, and now I've completely turned my life around. But it takes time to fucking get over that lifestyle you had for the first fucking 25 years of your life, right? So it's only been 2 years of actual like trying to change my routines and everything.
Do you lose like 100 pounds or something like that?
I lost almost like 100 pounds in 1 year, but then like obviously that was it was just pretty much just weight, but it was more so just like losing like just fat and just the weight itself, but I didn't really have much muscle. But now I'm like actually working out steadily and consistently every week, like 3 to 4 times a week. So I'm building muscle at the same time as losing weight, but I might not be losing it as fast, but it's much more efficient later. It'll be worth it in the long run, obviously, right? So but yeah, like the hate comments I get is like a lot of that, but also people think they always say, oh, you're racist, you can't do this, you can't do that, because I do accents and impressions of other people, right, of other cultures. But I'm like, well, this is my experience growing up, so how the fuck can I not do it? It's like, and then the one thing I always tell everyone, and every time I talk about this, is that if people listened to every single person say, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that, then what are you left with, right? You can't just fucking say, okay, fine, I won't do it. Then you're left with nothing. That's why I don't listen to any of it, and I just do what I want to do, and that makes me happy, and that I love, and that's it. That's the whole goal here. It's the whole purpose. So
I'm sure growing up, like first starting off, especially when you didn't have as big of a following, people were like, oh, what the fuck is this guy doing? Or,
for sure.
Like, well, what are you going to achieve from this? Or like, what's the long run? Or what's the goal in the long run? And how is that in the beginning? Like, were you always confident? Or were you always this self-aware? Or is that something that's being improved with the process?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, I always believed in myself from the very beginning, because I knew, well, I dropped out of university to pursue comedy and acting as my passion. So I was like, I gotta follow my dreams, bro. You know, so I straight up dropped out of university to do all this. And so from the very beginning, I had this like chip on my shoulder, like I had to prove something. From the very beginning, because I'm like, a lot of people did doubt me, I had to be the only one to believe in myself first. If I don't believe in myself, no one's gonna believe in me, right? So I had to like go above and beyond for myself for the first little while before people start to come on board and be like, oh, okay, he's actually taking it seriously, or oh, this is legit. He's actually doing it. He's actually making shit happen. He's being proactive. He's creating opportunities for himself, and he's actually getting better at being funny. So yeah, it was a very tough struggle for the first few years, but now obviously it's like, I've fucking shown people like it's possible if you just put in the work every day. If you however much effort you put into it, you'll get that back in return and results. And I pride myself on staying consistent, whether or not it's shit or good content or material. I just keep going, and that's the whole point. That's my whole like message pretty much to everyone is because the consistency will take you very far. And I think it's really important. So
do you surround yourself with people on purpose that will help you keep motivated, keep those goals going? Like, who do you surround yourself with that helps you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, you guys met my brother. He's my manager as well, and
I've seen your mom, obviously.
My mom, my mom was obviously a co-star on my socials. Everyone loves her. She gets stopped a lot too. It's pretty cool. Yeah, people take pictures with her. So it's really nice. She always comes and was like, "Oh, Neema, this person took picture with me. Oh my god, it's crazy. I did the video with them." I was like, yeah, "That's nice." And I was like, she's like driving one time. Like some guy was yelling my name. I'm like, bro, don't yell at my mom when she's driving, bro. But anyway, still cool though nonetheless. But yeah, like I like to surround myself with people who are like-minded and are doing more than I am doing as well, which is like kind of rare at this point because I'm already fucking going hard, and I want to fucking show people that there's more you could do. There's always more you could do. And if I can do it, then anyone else can do it. Because I'm overweight. Like I struggle with an autoimmune disease, which is Hashimoto's, which is a hypothyroid condition where my thyroid is pretty much against my body. Like it's hard for me to lose weight, it's easy for me to gain weight, right? So I have to I had to make a very strict literally cut off gluten and sugar about 2.5 years ago when I got diagnosed with it, or else I'd be fucked.
No,
Yeah, it'd be
tough,
fucked, right?
yeah.
It's tough as fuck. So so having a thyroid condition, I'm very sluggish in the mornings. When I wake up, it's very hard for me to get up. But I have to. But it's all in your mind, right? It's I have to, at some point I have to be okay, well, it's only your own. If you think that it's gonna slow you down, it'll slow you down. But if you think oh, this is whatever, you can get over it, then you will. And so now I'm at a point where about 2 years ago, it would take me hours to get up and get out of my bed. Now I'm it takes me 5 minutes max.
It's a mental trigger you have now.
It's mental, yeah. But now I'm at a point where I know I have to get shit done, and I'm at a point where I'm doing a lot more things, and I'm very productive, and I try to have routine in my schedule from the morning to nighttime. That I'm well, I have a purpose, so I have to get up now. Yeah. If I don't get up now, then people are outworking me, and I don't want people to outwork me. So I need to fucking show motherfuckers that I work harder than them, and that I'm better than them. But not in a a cocky way, but it's I'm a little bit arrogant, but you need that, bro. You do, because it's and here's the thing I love to talk about the most is that as an entertainer, as an entrepreneur, whatever it is you're doing, 90% of the motivation should come intrinsically for yourself, because it actually brings you joy and it makes you happy doing what you're doing. But the other 10% should have a little bit of the dark energy about from feeding from other people, to prove these motherfuckers wrong. So it shouldn't be all of it, obviously, but that small percentage should come from being I'm gonna fucking show this person that I can do this.
Do you think that's a rare thing to have intrinsically, or is it learned?
It's a bit of both, yeah. It should, yeah. I mean, it's all that comes with being self-aware and just understanding how the universe and life works, and thinking on it and meditating and knowing what your purpose is. That's what will help you have that intrinsic motivation, because a lot of people don't have it. Yeah. A lot of people they're lost. Everyone's oh, I'm gonna go leave to fucking Costa Rica for 3 months, one-way ticket. I'm what the fuck are you doing there? What do you mean? Yeah. It's if you gotta find it from within for yourself. I don't have to leave. I fucking stayed in my parents' basement for all these years, and I found out what I want to do. So it's you don't have to leave anywhere. Just fucking, I don't know. I feel a lot of people make excuses.
Yeah. Was there a certain trigger? I know you said it was 2 years ago. Was there a certain trigger or something that kind of changed your habits or made you realize oh fuck, I need to wake up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was already 4 or 5 years into comedy, but it was just before the pandemic. Okay. Where I was doing a little bit of starting to do a little bit of touring and stand up in the States. I was opening for a couple of different people. And I was just it was very chaotic, my life. It was very sporadic, just no schedule, no routine. I was sleeping until fucking 1 p.m. I was sleeping at 4 a.m. I would eat whatever I wanted to, junk food, this and that. I would be on my phone for fucking 14 hours a day, just scrolling, or no time limits, right? Trying to fucking talk to girls and shit. It's I start to lose,
just wasting time,
lose the purpose of what the fuck I'm even doing here in the first place, right? I'm here to do comedy and become one of the best comedians in the world one day, right? Can't be doing this shit. But then that was when my brother kind of stepped in and called me out on my bullshit, which is and I'm very grateful for that moment, because that was pretty much when the pandemic hit, and I took a whole month off of social media to just work on myself, literally reset and start from zero. So I literally went off of social media, didn't check my phone for a month, started to build morning routines, night routines, start to read books, fucking anything that helped me to help my mind get stronger.
I saw you have the high performance
planner. Yeah. So for me, my life's always been, super chaotic, no discipline. I was always kind of allowed to do whatever I fucking wanted. Lots of privilege. Well, a little bit of white privilege, a little bit of a little fat privilege. And I was the younger sibling, right? So it's you always usually get away with stuff like that. But but at this point, I was I need some structure and organization in my life. And I found the High Performance Planner by Brendan Burchard, and that shit fucking changed my life. And because now I can literally write to the minute the fuck I'm doing, from literally the moment I wake up to the time I go to sleep. And just having stuff like that really helps a lot. And I'm not someone who ever wrote shit down, but I write stuff down every day. And a lot of people think, oh no, this is who I am, I don't operate that way, or this is not going to work for me. But those are just excuses, because you're just trying to avoid doing the things that could actually help you and improve your skills and your lifestyle. And I had to kind of like swallow that pill and have the humility to understand that I'm not better than all this stuff. Like it's not above me.
Having that self-awareness is huge though. Like not a lot of people have that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I feel like it is rare, like to kind of like come about this thought process. But it's possible. It's very possible for anybody to go through it. You just need to find that thing that really is working for you personally. Like a lot of people, I guess it's hard, man, with society. Everyone listens to what their parents tell them to do or what society tells them to do, and they get lost and they're like, oh well, I guess I just have to go get this degree, work this shitty 9-to-5 job, go out for drinks with people I fucking hate to get sloshed, and then like maybe smash random people I don't know, and like which is fine. But I'm just saying, if you actually do enjoy that, that's fine. But a lot of people don't.
No.
It's just like the truth, man. Like you see a lot of people that are very miserable and like they're just lost. They're just kind of like living to work. They're not as opposed to like working to live.
Yeah.
And
they're living for the weekend.
Living for the weekend. That's what I'm saying. That's something I hate. Like I'm not into that at all. People are like, oh, it's Saturday. Like, what do you mean? Like we're going out like Friday. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like I need to do more shit. Like I want to like build something big here. I want to build an empire. I can't fucking be going out for drinks or doing random shit like that on the weekends, right? So I think it's a waste of time. But that's just because it's me, like. But a lot of people, they're okay with that.
You had a quote on one of your podcasts that stood out to me, and it was like, if I can't be Neema like 100% as Neema the human, how can I be 100% as Neema the comedian? And I was like, holy fuck, like that really resonates to me, because I've noticed like if I do go out, we've talked about this, if we do go out on like a Saturday or you have like a big night on a Saturday,
nice little fucking bender with the boys,
a couple bender with the boys. If you do, like the next week, I don't feel like I'm a person till halfway through the week, or I'll be at work and I'll be like, fuck,
a little slow,
just like a fucking pigeon just walking around.
Legit, dude.
I'll just be at work like, holy fuck, my brain is just working at like
if you make a 3-day bender, it's like, well,
your whole week
is ruined. You're ruined.
You're done. Exactly.
I'll even if I have one night or something like that, like I'm fucked for the week.
Yeah.
Especially because like I have the health conditions, right? It's like shit like that I have to look out for. It's like I can't fuck around anymore. I can't really like people do cheat meal, it's okay to live your life. I'm like, no man, like if I eat this shit, bro, I'll fucking die sooner.
There's probably a lot of pressure too, right? Being in comedy clubs all night or being at bars all night, like you're in that environment, right?
For sure. And I've always been around a lot of toxic energy, negative energy with comedians, because comedians are usually very bitter. Because they're like, oh well, the world sucks and this is why, and they did fucking go on stage and bomb and like, well that was fucking shit. Let me go smoke fucking just crack and shit, like weed and shrooms. I'm like, let me find my bro. Like you guys are so lost. I'm like, I didn't need any of that stuff, to be honest. I just kind of like, I don't know. I truly love what I do so much. I don't need the extra inspiration or motivation to fucking get me going in comedy. I'm like, I'd rather surround myself with high performance people who want to build big businesses and like, take it far. Like I don't want to just be stuck in some local town just doing comedy. Like that's okay if that's what you want. But it's like I want to be fucking worldwide, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of comedians don't think that way. The number one thing I learned in comedy is that a lot of people are like, oh, only 1% of comedians will make it. But then everyone says that, and they're always like, this game's hard, man. Like only 1% of comedians make it, buddy. And I'm like, well,
I'm
gonna be the fucking 1% then.
The 1%.
I'm gonna be the 1% then. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, okay,
you're still doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
You're still doing it.
Yeah,
right?
like why are you? They're so bitter about it. So it really matters who you surround yourself with too, man. Like it's super important.
Well, it's really cool. It seems like you treat it like a profession. Well, it is your profession, but like an athlete. Like
because there's liabilities, man. There's liabilities involved. Like if I'm like I said, back to your point, if I'm not 100% as the human being, Neema Nazari, then how the fuck can I be 100% as the entertainer, Neema Naz, right? There's a lot that goes behind it. It's like my health has to come first, or else I'm fucked.
Do you ever have shows where you come in and you're feeling like under the weather, just like especially mentally too? Because I feel like it probably translates a lot when you're going up on stage, having the confidence.
Right.
Like how does that impact you?
Definitely. There's been times where I've been kind of tired because I didn't get enough good sleep the night before. I've been working all day and I'm like, I have to fucking come do a set. It's like sometimes I don't want to do it, but I have to do it because it's part of the process, right? It's like I can't, like people come and see me or like, I'm going to work on my set because I need to get better. There's a lot of things. But you just have to keep pushing through those moments, and that's what's worth it, because eventually it'll pay off. But yeah, there's a lot of times you just have to kind of accept it and move on. But there's a lot of things I do to kind of like help me not be in that situation by sleeping better, literally taking the time to actually work on my sleep because that shit's like one of the most important things ever.
Yeah.
Is like a lot of people neglect their sleep.
I suck
It's
at
like
that.
I have a fucked sleep schedule.
Yeah, I've been fucked my whole life, but now I'm finally getting to the point where it's like actually like, you know, try to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, and that's what will help you immensely. And also the food you're eating, the food you're putting into your body. It's like I had to cut gluten and sugar, right? And right now I'm on a carnivore diet, which is known to like reverse thyroid conditions and
Liver
diabetes
King?
and shit. Liver King, yeah. Hey, Liver King here. Hey, primals.
Good morning.
Yeah, we got a bone marrow and a whole beast.
Some testicles and
testicles and yeah, whatever. I'm gonna eat some fucking elephant dong. Yeah, just gonna fucking down this camel cock, you know. But no, but legit, like we actually do eat a lot of liver and like organs, and like it's actually, man, like I'm telling you, bro, I've never felt any better in my life, bro. Like
in what way?
And like my brain is so sharp. I'm so much more focused. I never have any sugar crashes, obviously, throughout the days because I'm not eating that shit. I'm not eating gluten or sugar or whatever now, right? I'm eating proper, like, non-processed, organic meats, you know, organs, liver, heart, kidney, and we cook with, like, grass-fed butter and, like, you know, suet, which is the fat off of the liver of the animal. And that's also, like, grass-fed and organic, right? It's like, it sounds very bougie, but it's like this is what it takes to kind of like up your health game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
next
and it's the best next level shit. Not a lot of people are willing to do and sacrifice. It's very optimal, man. It's like the most optimal. And the one thing I realize is like once I start to feel the way I do now, I can't go back to how I felt before. Now that I know I can feel this good, right? It's like, why the fuck would I go back to eating all that shit, right?
And feeling like shit.
Feeling like garbage every time, which I have. You know, sometimes, we're out like once in a while, like every couple months, maybe I'll eat like, I don't know, fucking, not even a sandwich, but like a burrito bowl, for instance, has rice and like other veggies in it. I don't even eat vegetables or rice or anything either, right? And I'll feel like fucking garbage after it. And I realized, oh fuck, I shouldn't have eaten that. But it's like you learn as you go. You keep learning these things. And what I realized is that you know, carnivore is the best lifestyle for me. Might not be for other people, but for me, it's the best lifestyle. So a lot of people just need to find what's good for them and like, you know, keep it moving. But I do highly recommend the carnivore diet. Honestly, like, and it's really helped me a lot. And I've lost a little bit of weight, and I've built more muscle, and I feel stronger. And my brain, man, I'm telling you, has never been sharper.
That's the part that I need to work on too. Like, I need something that like gets my brain moving faster.
Trust me, bro.
Times, you know?
Pump that liver, baby.
Pump that liver, man.
Pump that liver.
Liver is king. Yeah,
liver is king, primal. Yeah, so
crazy.
Trust me, man. It's life changer. Shout out to Liver King and
Did you treat yourself at all this past weekend?
With tequila. Yeah, tequila. I still fuck with tequila, you know. Because like at least that doesn't have really any like sugars or anything in it. It's just like kind of naturally disgusting, but
drink of choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my drink of choice. Also, like you probably don't know this, but Persians, like, we love fucking tequila for some reason. It's just a thing in our culture. So it's
tequila
like
on the rocks, or you got something else in there?
Whatever, just shots, rocks.
That's where you're
in my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you want. You know, just pour it somewhere. I'll have it.
That's where your brother had 2 shots of tequila on the rocks.
Oh,
I was like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I don't chase with anything ever. Yeah. Just straight up club soda, if anything. Yeah,
we're
just
not
like
that tough.
down the hatch, man.
No,
you probably muck G sauce, with your fucking drinks. Yeah,
whiskey cokes,
rum
and coke, tequila,
rum and coke, tequila. That's it. A little fucking chew to go with it, you know.
No, I actually don't chew.
I mean, you can't. You don't got teeth for that.
Just keep falling out the front.
Yeah, keep falling out the front. Like this guy's trying to talk, is just dribbling down his chin.
You just straw off everything.
Just fucking ruin it. Curtsy and Boonsy, bud. Fuck yeah.
You always have to have like jokes on deck.
For what? Like
just like for me at least twice a year, someone's always like I'm always talking about like what characteristics I have, and I'm always like, yeah, I'm a little funny, and they're all like, okay, tell me a joke.
Oh.
I never have one lined up, and like it happens twice a year.
I'm always
like, try to have one lined up.
Like, fuck that shit. I don't do that.
Telling a joke like that is
it's different.
Yeah.
I will never do that. I'm not. That's when I'll be like, I'm not a fucking clown, you know? Because people always ask me. No, like he's like, oh, you're funny guy. I'm like, no, I'm not fucking funny. And then they're like, okay, well, tell me a joke. And I'm like, how about you come to my show? Then I'll tell you a joke.
Yeah.
So like, because a lot of people don't like. I don't know. Also with comedy, it's weird. A lot of people don't like respect it. I feel like as much as music. Which I don't know why, but
it's an art.
It's an art, man.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. Actually, it's a funny story. I was filming stream interviews on Monday, downtown Toronto in Trinity Bell.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I went up to this group of there's two girls and a guy, and they're sitting on a bench. And I'm like, I usually go up and like, hey, you want to do an interview, whatever. I'm doing some street interviews, right? I go up to this girl and I was like, hey, do you want to be in a street interview? I'm doing some interviews for my YouTube channel. And she's like, what is it about? I'm like, oh, like I'm a comedian. I do comedy stuff. And she's like, oh, I fucking hate comedy. And I'm like, how do you hate comedy? Who says that? And then she goes on to tell me, yeah. Every time I walk by the street, and these comedians are doing like open mics and like they're handing out like tickets to come watch the show. I take it and I throw it in the trash.
What
and
the
she said
fuck
it with
is
such conviction. I'm like, yo, who hurt you, bro? Like, did a comedian fuck the shit out of you and like leave you hanging? Is that why you hate comedy now? I'm like, bro, let me make you feel better about it. Like, don't worry, I'll change your mind. She's like, no, I fuck it so cringe. I can't stand watching a comedian go on stage and like bomb jokes. I'm like, that's the whole process, you dumbass.
That's just
like, how do you expect it's perfect? Like, you see musicians that are always on like perfect. No, man, they go off beat sometimes. You know, they fuck up the line or a chord, whatever the fuck, right? So I'm like, I was such a weird. I've never heard that in my life. I was like,
did you finish the interview or did you say
no? I literally was like, oh well, that's cool. I'm gonna be famous one day, and you're probably gonna regret that. She's like, yeah, sure. I was like, eat my dick. Fuck you. Yeah,
that is the joke.
Yeah, you are the joke.
Yeah, exactly. You are the joke now.
And the weird part is her friend too was like not having it. She's like, yeah, okay, bye. I'm like, yo, you guys are. What's wrong with you? Like, how miserable is your life, bro?
Seriously.
And also look at yourself. Like, you're not. Maybe if you're a fucking model and you're like, I hate comedy. I'm like, yo, yeah, I hate comedy too, bro. Yeah, what are you doing later? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I also hate breathing.
You're not that fucking pleasant yourself. I'm only doing comedy because I don't look that great, but I'm fucking funny. What the fuck do you have?
You don't look great either. You're not funny.
You don't look good or funny. Yeah. No personality, no fucking ass, no tits.
Like, that could be the joke though. That
could be a bit for sure. That's why I love doing comedy. I'm like, funny moments come out of like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like this could be a whole bit on stage, right? I just did it like the first time I'm telling it, and it's funny, right? So it's like, you just never know.
Yeah.
But like,
where do you find your inspiration, your jokes?
Just from life, man. Honestly, life, bro. I'm a very observant guy from a young age. I was very good at mimicking other people's mannerisms and how they speak and how they look like or how they they talk and do certain actions, and I just kind of picked it up at a young age, and I gotta stand up straight as he's taking a picture. You know what I'm saying? Pose for the camera. But yeah, I just kind of like I take life experience and I put it into my own words and observations, and I put it out into the world, and it's trial and error, man. Sometimes it's gonna bomb and fail, but that's the only way you're gonna grow and get better by trying and keeping it going. You can't get discouraged because a lot of people do get discouraged at a certain point where they're like, this shit's not hitting. I'm not getting views. I'm not this. And that's why I feel like I'm very good at blocking that out, because there's been many times, even to this point now, where I've built such a big following compared to like 3 years ago. But still, there's times where some of my videos will fucking colossally bomb. And I think it's a good video. And it bothers me for like a few minutes, but I'm like, whatever, man. What the fuck am I going to do now? I have to keep moving on. On to the next. So I think I've gotten really good at that now. But a lot of people, when they hit that point, they don't know what to do. And they get discouraged and they stop for a week, for a month, for a year. And then they fall off.
Even getting to that point too, right? Like, even starting anything is hard.
Yeah, everything. But what's worth doing is going to be hard. But
how did you start?
Honestly, like I said, I just dropped out of university because I was like, man, I got to do something I love, and I found
something that's
comedy.
Fun, right?
That's something that I'm actually good at doing, and I actually enjoy. And it was just kind of all these signs were just hitting me at the same time. Watching all those YouTube videos, people telling me I'm funny, like more and more, and I realized, if I clicked for me, I was like, maybe I should just try to do this full time. And then I found out there's a comedy program at Humber College, and I was like, yo, sick! Like, I'm on audition to get in. I got in within 2 days because I'm fucking funny.
You had to audition, yeah.
Yeah, it's audition, yeah. And the funny part is I dropped out 6 months before the audition. So I'm like, if I don't get in, I'm fucked. Right? Like, I have to start planning my trip to Costa Rica now. One-way ticket. I'm not coming back. I gotta go find myself parents.
At least 6 months.
Yeah, only 6.
Set up the Spirit trip.
Spirit Airlines, bro. Yeah, they'll take me down, bro.
Do some ayahuasca and need a Spirit trip.
Find yourself.
Yeah, if I'm gonna find myself in a ditch of shit in the middle of a forest, that's for sure. Yeah, so but I had to believe in myself from the jump, and that's why it worked, because I was like, there's nothing else I'm doing. This is my plan A and my only plan. If you have a plan B, you already canceled yourself out and you lost. So that's why I was not willing to do. And that's it, man. And so here we are, like almost 8 years later, and I'm just getting started. I'm like, there's all this cool shit happening now, and it's just so excited. I'm like, man, this is what I fucking did this for, because I knew one day it will pay off, and it's fucking paying off.
But when we came to your show, when you said you had been doing it for 7 years, like that blew me away. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
like,
but you didn't know that, right?
No, I had
that's
no
the thing.
idea.
A lot of people, because they see me online and they think I'm just some content creator, some guy in his basement doing funny videos on the side. No, I actually treat it like a business, like I'm a profession. Because I've been doing this for 7.5 years straight. Like every day I work on this shit, and I do stand up same time. Like I've been, for the first few years of my career, I was doing 3 to 4 open mics a night. Like for a whole year or two, I was doing that. I was fucking hustling doing stand up. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. They think I'm just like, you're lucky. Oh, you're actually like not bad on stage. Good for you for getting into stand up. I'm like, bro, I've been doing this, but you just don't know that because you weren't there for the fucking times I was down all those years. Yeah. They're just here for like the high moments, the achievements.
You're a sneaky veteran.
That's it, sneaky veteran, man. Yeah. But in a way, actually, it's cool. It's in my favor because now when people come to my shows, just like you guys, right? You said like, did it not blow your expectations? Because you didn't think I was going to be as good on stage, right? Like obviously I'm going to get better and better, but for what you thought it would be, like you didn't think it was going to be as good, right? Like
it was
you do somewhat
awesome.
different stuff on your Instagram, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's somewhat different, right? And it's I personally love stand-up more than anything. Yeah. And I feel like it shows when I'm on stage because that's naturally just my personality comes out a lot. Just like a podcast, right? That's how I am.
There was like a different energy when you
came on stage, you could notice there's a whole different energy. Like no disrespect to the guy opening up for you.
No, for sure.
He was a funny guy, but when you came on, like just working the crowd, your energy, everything, I was like, holy fuck. Like,
thanks.
This was
good. Is there a way to practice?
I appreciate that, yeah.
Is there a way to practice like that? The quickness you have to have on stage, like when
like the sushi bit.
The sushi guy.
That was a funny one, bro.
So funny.
Like is that practice? Or is that just natural skill?
It's all crowd work. It's all improv because
he wasn't even there.
I know, but you know why? Because I think I'm very good at. Like I said, I mentioned before, I'm observant on minor details in people, right? So it helps me a lot in stand-up, especially if I go up after a couple people who are already on stage before me, and I watch every person do their set because for that reason. So when they talk to the people in crowd and they get their names or like what they do, and it's like, who are you? What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. I take those in and I formulate jokes as I'm waiting.
Smart.
So when I go on stage, I'm ready to go with some like one-liner here, one-liner there. Like, oh, you fucking GQ magazine motherfucker, whatever. Like, whatever it is, right? It's like, yo, you look like bootleg Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, right? I just go off based off what the other comedians were doing before me. Yeah. And I just kind of hit them with that. But people think it's like off the cuff, literally improvise in the moment. Yeah. But I've been kind of scanning it and planning it for like the past half hour to just like come firing right as soon as I get on stage, and then I'll go into my bits.
Because you can't not like reply to the fans, right? That's
no,
like
you got. Well, I mean, and I actually love doing that the most is like interacting with people, and I think that's my strength is doing crowd work or like roasting people in person or like just having that feedback like in real time. So that's why, and I think that really helps the rest of my set because at the beginning, if you take jabs here and there, and everyone knows what's going on, and everyone's laughing together because they know, oh yeah, that does look like that guy, or like yeah, he is like that, she is whatever, right? It's like you build that rapport from the start, and now they're on your side even more. So now when you start doing your regular jokes, that's like rehearsed and planned, they're like, oh, this is so good, and like they're just more inclined to laugh and be a part of it.
Do you like the intimate settings more then?
Yeah, I mean, they're both good, man. Honestly, because I just did 2 theater shows on Saturday night in front of 1,200 people.
Holy fuck!
And also I was on stage at VeeCon in front of 5,000 people, so that was fucking insane. But like they're different. They're good in different ways. Like the intimate crowds, I do like a little bit more in stand up because it's like you get to see everyone clearly. You can make eye contact, like they're right there, and you can roast them easier because everyone else can also see them, right? If it's a theater, it's like the people in the back can't see the people in the front, so it's like you can't really do crowd work as well. But for that reason, I love the intimate crowds, and I think comedy does thrive more in a smaller, darker, dimmed room. It's like lower ceilings, like that's made for comedy. That's the best environment for comedy.
The venue we were at was awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, but the theaters are also just as fun because it's like, man, you're making fucking all these people laugh at once is crazy. It's like, and it actually takes longer to do your jokes because you have to wait for the laughs to come back. Yeah, because like it's like an echo effect, right?
Longer pause.
Yeah, you get a longer pause. You gotta wait because it laughs here and then goes up and then comes back, and like just got to take your time. The pacing's different.
Is it kind of like sports where there's like a scout in the stands that like finds you and like brings you somewhere else, or is it kind of word of mouth between like the higher ups or whatever, like bring you into their
Like to get to VeeCon.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about like
scouting, like
yeah. I mean, like a little bit. I mean, with social media, man, like you don't really need anyone else.
Yeah.
People will find you if they want to find you, and it's like you don't need those gatekeepers anymore to be like, oh, you have to do this, or like come suck this guy's dick to get 5 minutes on stage. I'm like, no, you don't need that shit anymore, right? These guys are just cackling. Thanks, man. Thanks for the confidence, guys.
You got a crowd.
Yeah, I got a nice crowd there. Yeah.
Peanut gallery.
Yeah, I'm just doing stand up backward for these guys. But that's why I really fuck with social media, and like that's why I go so hard, because I'm like, man, you know, this is the best resource. Like, why aren't more people using this to help their careers? Or like, it's a free platform, and just fucking pump shit out, pump content. You know, like as Gary Vee would say. You know, just post as much shit as you want, as you like, and a lot of people get stuck on, oh, I don't know if I should post this, or I don't know if this is good enough, or this and that. I'm like, no one fucking cares, first of all. Like, everyone's so worried about their own shit, they don't have time to care about what you're doing. So just put it out. And that's the way that has made it much easier for me to just, be okay with bombing some videos here and there. But then, like, some videos will do really well, and then it goes back to right. It's like you learn, man. You just keep going, and that's the whole process. That's the whole point. And but like you're talking about scouts, it's like, if I didn't take my phone, literally point it to my fucking face and started filming shit out of my mouth and posted it, I wouldn't have the opportunities I have right now. I wouldn't fucking be flown out to Minnesota to go on stage in front of 5,000 people at Gary Vee's first NFT conference called VeeCon and do a 7-minute fucking bit of pretty much of him and like people loving it. It's like, how the fuck did I even get here, right? Yeah. It's so simple.
Was that a surreal moment for you?
Yeah, it was one of the most surreal moments of my life, especially meeting him beforehand and like seeing how cool he is actually in real life. And he's like, you just feel the kindness vibrating off of him, and he's just a dope dude, man. Like, he's such a resourceful guy, and I truly look up to him. He's like one of my internet idols, man, honestly. And it was just such a cool experience knowing that I'm the fucking first person they're seeing, like everyone there, at the beginning of the conference, and all because I just started doing impressions of Gary Vee. So
were you more nervous to meet him or to go on stage?
Honestly, meeting him, bro, because he's something I always watch, and I look up to him, and like obviously I make fun of him a little here, but in a loving way. And but honestly, I've because I've done so much shit over the past 7 years of eating shit on stage, literally, just like tanking and like been performing in front of a fucking dog. I don't know if you've seen me tell that story.
Yeah, I did. I wanted you to elaborate on that.
Sure, I fucking love telling this story. So yeah, these guys are gonna love it. Yeah. So pretty much, for anyone's watching who hasn't seen this or heard this story, in my first year of doing comedy, I was doing a lot of open mics, like I mentioned, right? 3 to 4 open mics a night. I would travel like fucking an hour on the streetcar just to go to these random dungeons and basements and attics to perform in front of fucking nobodies who are also amateur comedians who are trying to get their material better and get their feet wet. And one time, I got to this open mic, and it was a legit attic. Like, literally, it's a bar, but it's like so like I was almost like going bankrupt. Like, it's like I don't even think it was a licensed bar at all. I think some guy was just running beers out of this room, and they called it a bar. And I'm like, there's no way this is a real place, because you probably live upstairs in that attic upstairs. This is terrifying. Why am I here? Asbestos probably for sure, just covered. So I go in, and it's in my first year, so I'm very new, and it's one of those open mics that ran for like 7 hours, from 6 or 7 p.m. till 2 a.m. And I got there early at 4 p.m. because like what happens at open mics, like first come first serve. Like you write your name on the list, you start the list if you're early, and it's like goes by like order, like chronological order, right? Unless what I learned actually is if you're a pro in the scene or like semi-pro, whatever, you get actually more like they bump the younger amateur comedians for people like that to do their spots earlier in the night. So I didn't know this.
Crowd's just more
because like sometimes like there's actual audience like in the main prime time. Yeah, it's like they want better comedians, which I get, but I didn't know that at the time. And I go up, I sign my name up first, and it's like 7 p.m. rolls around, show starts, the guy gets on stage. It's fucking It's like a creaky fucking wooden.
He's gonna fall through.
Literally, I feel like I'm definitely someone's gonna plummet through this fucking thing. Liability. The guy's gonna run out. You know, it's like, oh, it's not even my real bar. It's not real. He's fucking
He's
dips.
just gone.
Whatever, just gone. But anyway. The first comedian goes up, doesn't call my name. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. He's probably next, probably missed my name. The second guy goes up, not my name. Third guy, fourth guy, fifth guy, keeps going. 10 guys in, 10 people, comedians in. I still didn't get my name called. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go up to the host. I was like, yo, man, am I getting up anytime soon? Like, I signed up first. And then he was like, yeah, you gotta wait. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, wait when? Like, how long? And she's like, yeah, don't worry. There's a lot of comedians coming in. I gotta get them on. I was like, all right, whatever. And I'm trying to be nice, right? Like, I'm still new.
Yeah.
And then fucking like a few hours goes by. Now it's like almost midnight, right? And it's like I still haven't gone on. And I go up, I see so many people funneling through. Like the people get worse and worse. Like as the night goes, everyone's getting more drunk and more drugged. So you just see the shit shifting so much. It's like fucking random shit happening right now. The vibes are so weird. And then now it's like almost 1 a.m. And I keep asking the guy, like, yo, am I coming on anytime soon? He's like, yeah, I'll get you up soon. He's like, this guy's fucking cracked out. I don't know. I don't know who gave this guy the job to be the host, but this is fucked. Like, I'm hating this right now. Yeah. And then finally, at 1:37 a.m., it's me, one guy who's passed out drunk. In the audience, which is just like the back wall, and his fucking dog. And the dog is not even facing the stage. He's sleeping. You know, dogs like turn, they sleep, and they face their ass towards you because like they're like, don't even talk to me. That's what the dog was doing.
You're staring at his nuts.
Yeah, literally, his nuts are hanging out. Nuts are hanging out. The guy finally calls me into the stage, right? And I go up and I turn around and I look at the guy. The host already he vanished. I was like, yo, he was just here. Where'd you go? Dipped the attic, apparently. Fucking dispersed in thin air. This guy's passed out, foaming out of his mouth. I say, like, I'm like, oh, this is great. Have fun. And, like, trying to be funny. The fucking dog sighs. And he's like, I'm like, what am I doing here? Why am I even doing this? Yeah. And I just, like, I cried. I was like, man, like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, why? I spent 8 hours just trying to get stage time, and now I'm fucking performing in front of a dog's ass. And he probably farted a few times. It smells like ass in this fucking attic. So
you get free beers?
No. I got free asbestos. That's why I got
they drank all of them.
They drank everything. The guy, and then when the show ended, I was like, hey, thanks, guys. Guys, it's a dog, right? Thanks, dog. Woof woof. And then I left. Everyone else is gone. Like the doors are shut. The lights are off. Like,
was that your worst ever?
That was the worst ever. That was the worst ever open mic I ever did. But still fun. You know, good experience. Good story to tell. Yeah. It's all part of the process. Whatever. You know. And I cried on the way back home. The travel another hour in this TTC bus with 7 crackheads doing needles in different places, yelling weird shit like ah, and I'm like, do I have to act like a crackhead so they think I'm one of them? So they don't want to come to me?
You gotta blend in.
I gotta blend in, right? And so
that's where you just keep your head down.
Keep your head down. No as soon as I see people walking towards me, I'm just going like, start twitching.
Throw your hat sideways.
Yeah, hat sideways. Start spitting on the ground. You know,
you just out crazy.
Speaking different language. Yeah. It's just like fucking just weird, man. You know, that's the way you gotta survive in the city, bro. That's what it takes to be a stand-up comedian, bro. You gotta
be great.
Do this every night.
You gotta grind.
You gotta grind, baby. Yeah, but I don't know.
That was your worst experience.
Definitely one of the worst ones. Yeah, I've had many more too, but yeah, that was definitely the one that stands out the most.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I wonder how that dog's doing.
It's probably not
here anymore. Probably gone. Yeah.
I wonder his owner's doing.
Yeah, the owner's definitely in a fucking psychotic hospital for sure. Yeah, just doing some shit. I don't know, man. But
do you think that attic's still a thing?
No, for sure. No, I've walked by it a couple times. It's actually still there, but it's been like blocked off. For sure, man. Yeah, I have flashbacks every time I'm walking by. Yeah.
Just a Coors Light sign in the window.
That's it. Yeah.
Half lit up.
Shattered window. There's spider webs everywhere.
Yeah. Too funny. So that was your worst experience. What was your best one?
Yeah, definitely one of the worst ones. One of the best ones, honestly, man, just like recent times, man. Like being able to like, it humbles me knowing that I went from that to now having an audience who actually wants to come out and support me and buy tickets to see me live. Now I actually have people to bring into shows. Like I have audience who want to see me live, which is I'm super grateful for. and all because I stuck with making content every day from the very beginning. Just otherwise, I wouldn't have this following that I have right now, and like you guys wouldn't be there, right? So it's like you wouldn't know if I didn't make videos, and that's the whole point. That's literally just the whole ethos of what the fuck is going on. Is it's like if you want people to come support you live, you gotta fucking show them why by posting more content, providing value, free value, especially so that when the time comes to they want access to you in person, now they have to pay. And that's the way you you run that business. It
takes time, right?
It takes time, and so finally it's starting to pay off. Yeah. And now I'm selling out shows a month and a half in advance every week.
It's crazy.
So,
would you say then like COVID was kind of a blessing in disguise for you?
Oh, for sure, man. That was the time when I told you earlier, I took the whole month off. That was the beginning of the pandemic. And that's when my brother kind of came on board too as my manager at the same time, pretty much, where he's like, all right, now it's like, that after I came back, I posted a video, 2 videos, and blew up. And I start to actually build a little more following. And that whole year I was like pumping shit out like crazy. Yeah. Built a huge following, like big jump from what I was at. And that's when shit started to kind of happen slowly but surely. And then this year, specifically the past few months, has been like crazy good. But it took a while. But that's the whole point.
Like for those skits, how do you come up with those characters?
Oh, it just comes naturally, man. Honestly, it's just from experience from my childhood, growing up in Toronto, right, in Scarborough. It's such a melting pot of cultures, right? And I don't know about you guys. You guys look like you grew up in Alliston, Ontario or some shit, on a farm with a bunch of cows and shit, just playing puck with the boys on the road,
Pretty much.
Hacking darts and fucking crushing mitt, But yeah, I grew up around a lot of different types of people, man. Like, fucking Arabs and black people and Chinese people, Indians, Persians, whatever, white people. And I feel like that's what helps me be the comedian I am today is, having that culture, and being able to represent every culture that I grew up with. And that's why it doesn't even piss me off anymore, really. It just kind of, it makes me sad to see when people say like, oh, this is racist, or, this is, you can't do this because you're this. I'm like, you just don't have context, first of all, of my life, but also you're an idiot because I'm representing these people and I'm showing like, this is an extension of who I am, because this is the people I grew up with and I'm very close with all these people and they love it, and their family, I know their families. I've talked to their families. Like I've eaten food at their houses, it's like, I know a lot. It's like, why can't I put this shit out? It's like, it's who I am. And it's something it's something I derive my comedy from. So it's like, what do you want me to do? This is how my brain works. It's like, I'm just doing it out of the love of making people laugh. That's all it is. It's the whole purpose here.
I feel like when you do those certain types of like those characters, if you put something out for, like, I know the hockey community, you put out a hockey video.
Oh, fuck yeah, boys.
That gets sent to like every hockey player in the GTA, and probably the same thing with like when you do the Italian guy or the Persian, it just gets sent out to that demographic.
For sure.
People love it.
Yeah, like, they love it. When they love it, they really love it. Because no one else is doing it. No one else has the fucking balls.
It's hilarious
to just like do this shit, because like race is so touchy these days and sensitive. But I'm like, I'm pushing even more against it, because I'm like, no, but this is what people really like and they relate to more than anything. Like, what am I gonna just censor myself and do some weird clean pandering shit? Like, fuck that. I'm like, I would hate it. I don't want to do it. You
can't limit yourself, right?
Well, it's like
you don't want to box yourself in either.
For you, the little nuances are fucking incredible. Like, I look at that and I'm like, okay, you obviously have a high like emotional intelligence, or just like ability to read people, because
you've been around different people.
As you said, you've been around.
That's what I'm saying.
You go to their houses, you see how they're
exactly,
like,
man. That's
but it's just the little things, like the subtle little, like even the shoulder shrugs,
everything. The head tilts, the fucking eyebrows, the mouth, like everything. Yeah, exactly. The hand movements.
You actually study that. It's not just
for sure. I study it. It's like it comes natural, but I also study it more and more, and I do my research, man. Like, sometimes there's newer ones I've done recently where I'm like, I'm not as familiar, but I truly love it, and I think it's very entertaining and cool to be able to do it. So I'll do my research. I'll talk to someone of that culture, or like I'll watch YouTube videos, or like, I see how other people interact from that culture, and then I'll just like try for myself and make it my own. And I feel like that's why it works, because I actually care and I do my research, and people can tell like I'm doing it out of the love of just trying to represent. Like, I'm not trying to shit on people, So
and they have no
it's really well done.
If they do, then they're fucking idiots and they don't see the my humor, like my sense of humor. So
It's really well done when you do it.
Yeah,
And
thanks, man.
Have you always been good at impersonations?
Yeah. Well, that's for sure. It all started when I was a kid, and we would have like these family parties at home, and you know, I get my humor a lot from my mom. Yeah, she's very entertaining, right? Obviously, you see on screen.
She's a real star.
Yeah, she's a real star. Yeah, she's the true one. Yeah, but she's a very lovable person. Like even just in regular life, like she's everyone who meets her. She's very genuine, always very giving, very caring, very hospitable, and very funny. You know, very loving, right? Very bubbly. And I feel like I get a lot of that from her, and it's a very likable quality to have. And my dad's also pretty funny too, but in a drier way. But when I was younger, we'd have these parties, and whenever my parents' friends would be over with their kids and everything like that, they would know like I'm pretty funny. I'm the funniest one in the family. So they would always be like, "Hey, Neema, like at the end of the night, Neema, go up and like tell us some jokes," or like you know, do something funny. And like, sure, I'll be a fucking clown. Like, yeah, this is awesome. Why not? You know, and I never was scared.
Time to shine.
Yeah, time to shine, baby. Now
that's where I freeze.
Now now the intention is on me. This is where I'm supposed to be. You know, thank God, because I was dying to get this attention. I'm a Sagittarius, you know. But no, I don't know if that's true or not. But all the astrology bitches are like, oh my God, he's so right. That's so true. He's so attention seeking and like fiery. What's your moon rising? Cause like I'm a bitch and I have a Capricorn like star shine, and you know I'm just gonna fucking cry all the time.
You like that?
But no, so anyway, I would go up in front of my family and their friends, and I would imitate my mom more than, because that's the only thing I knew as a kid. The first thing I knew, because I was like, oh, this is easy. Like my mom, whenever she's ordering food at the Tim Hortons drive-thru, she'd do the exact same thing every time, fuck up the word. And I would so clearly know like exactly where she fucks up, and I would imitate that in front of the friends, and they know how she speaks in English, and so they're dying laughing, and I'm like killing in front of my family, you know, just smashing it, you know, just a tight 5-minute set, you know.
Like but I'm the favorite now.
I'm the favorite now. Yeah, fuck my brother. And so that's where I started. It's like it became a routine almost. Like, oh, every time we'd have these parties, like, oh, you know, Neema can make fun of his mom really funny. Like, go do it. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, let me. Yeah. And I would do it, and I would kill, and I would feel so good after. And like they would like, you know, like brush my head and like, yeah, good job, good job. Yeah, good job. Now go fucking study. You know what I'm saying? Like, no more. But yeah, so that's where it definitely stems from a young age. And then like later on, obviously my friends, I would roast all my friends, and like, you know, like and their dads and their moms, and they would always ask me every time, like, yo, make fun of him, make fun of him. And I would do it on the spot. Because I've known them over time, right? And that would be kind of my thing growing up. But like I never knew it would be a profession until like obviously later in my life. So yeah, it's always been a part of me for sure.
So you have to know something about them back in the day, right? So if like, you're around them enough to have like characteristics that you can make a joke from.
Yeah, for sure.
So now, if you don't know anybody in the crowd, how do you sort of get those?
Well, I can do that as well, but maybe not as well. But
you,
like I watch them, or like I kind of try it anyway. Like I just go for it, and then like, you know, usually it works. Yeah. But it's like, I won't go too deep if I don't think I can do it, but yeah, I'll just try. You know, it's not tough.
Have you ever roasted someone and you can just tell right away? They're like, "Oh, fuck this guy."
Yeah, for sure, man. I've done a set literally in a full packed crowd, just 10 minutes of silence. No one's laughing.
How do you get through that though?
I don't. I'm fucking in shambles, bro. I'm dripping sweat in my ass. I'm like, I can't wait to get off stage so I can go eat cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is terrible. So, but like that's a part of the process, man. I'm like, it's part of those are the moments where it's like you get better because you're like, it's a very humbling experience.
I couldn't even imagine.
No, it's fucked. Like, it's very terrible. But after a while you get comfortable doing bad on stage, and I actually look forward to it now. I'm like, good. Like, let me fucking bomb. Let's see what happens.
It's like a game to yourself, right?
Because now it's like, you know, if I do bad for the first few minutes, now I'm a much better comedian where I'm like, I can probably bring them back. I can probably get them to laugh after a few minutes. Like, I'll find some way to get them on my side finally, without like by the end of the set, right? So but as before, I'm like, oh, if I fuck up one joke, I'm ruining the entire set because I don't know how to bring it back, right? I'm too amateur still. But now I'm like, okay, and I'm more comfortable, and I'm more confident on stage and more self-aware to know, like, there's certain things I can do to kind of get myself out of the bomb.
Yeah.
That I'm on, right. So it's like, I shouldn't say bomb too much. You know, my background is not a good rep, but like, for instance, like if I'm bombing on stage, if I'm doing bad, after a few minutes, I don't know. I'll just like stop and I'll look at everyone. I'm like, yeah, you guys fucking hate me, and, right? Like something very simple, right? It's very it's not really funny. It's just I'm just being self-aware, and that's what it's a human feature that other people can relate to. They're like, oh, okay, like he knows he's doing shit, so it's actually relieving. So that's why they can laugh about it.
Yeah.
So those are the many things you learn as you do comedy more, and you realize just by being yourself, it actually is heavily in your favor. Because a lot of comedians, like they'll just like they know they're bombing, but they won't address it, and the audience knows it just kind of gets awkward.
Yeah,
it's awkward, and they're like, like I don't know, it's kind of weird to laugh now. It's like because he's like he just keeps
everyone's
going.
Tense.
Everyone's tense. Like, oh, this is so bad, you know. And he keeps going. He thinks it's going good. Or, I don't know. It's very unaware, but So
it's almost worse. Like keep forcing it.
You just keep that's what I'm saying. When you keep forcing it, it's not good. But
would you say having the ability to laugh at yourself is a huge part of being a comedian?
For sure. And I pride myself in doing that. Like I said, like, man, I've taken my shirt off in front of literally hundreds of people in the middle of Dundas Square and holding up a sign that says, I'm a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck. There's literally a video proof of me doing that, and no one can talk shit because I did it. And those are the things that kind of help me be more comfortable in front of audiences now. It's like, I've done that. Like, how could I be nervous? You know? How could I be scared? It's fucked. I know. And like, as a big guy too, man, like no 380 pound guy is going in front of like random strangers saying I'm a little bitch and like running, swinging the gut around. You know what I mean? Like I'll fucking knock someone out if they were beside me. There's so much fucking fat jiggling around. You know what I'm saying? So you have to fucking enjoy it and laugh at yourself because it's way funny. It's way funnier that way.
You're actually right. It is way funnier.
It's more fun. It's like, and it makes other people more relaxed and like, because a lot of people are like, shouldn't make fun of or laugh at fat people or like short people or like, I don't know, like brown people or this and that. I'm like, but if I'm making fun of myself, then you have to laugh because it's like, what you're not gonna laugh? It's like, that's weird. It's like then that's actually offensive if you don't laugh, you know. So
you have reverse people. Like the girl who hates comedy in the park.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we have. Yeah, there's the minor occasion of fucking dunces like her, you know, that say weird shit like that inspire more funny things. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just a part of this way of life, man. Yeah.
So where do you see like the comedy world going? Like what direction do you think it's gonna go in?
Well, right now it's very sensitive. You know, all this pronoun shit and this and that, and like you can't say this. It's very politically correct or some stuff. There's rooms I can't even do because they're like,
they won't let you in.
They just know like probably say some shit that's like not PC, right? I know a bunch of comedians that are my friends who have been banned from comedy shows and rooms because they're too offensive. And I'm like, bro, you guys don't know what comedy is. They're just doing their thing that they think is funny. But like, just because you like it doesn't mean it's not comedy or it's not funny, right? So I don't know. It's just,
that's wild.
It's wild, yes. But you guys are just limiting yourself by like, it has to be safe. And there's literally comedy rooms of comedians I know. They're like, it's it's a safe space comedy show. I'm like, are you guys retarded?
It's like an oxymoron. That's fucked.
No, it's ridiculous. It's the dumbest shit ever. That's why I'm so not afraid of being canceled because I'm like, it's people like that who have nothing going for them that try to bring other people down. But I'm like, it just shows you how sad their life is that they have to bring other people down with them. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna continue doing my shit.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
It's like, as long as I know myself, I know my context, and my friends around me, and my family know. That's what really matters. Like, you don't have to worry about this other bullshit, all this outside noise. And that's what makes it so much easier to stay focused on your path and your goals. So.
How about like the creative world, would there be like a comedy show in the metaverse kind of thing? Like,
you're saying like, sorry,
well, that too,
for sure.
Both sides of it.
So anyway,
that's fucking wild.
No, I feel like anyway, in terms of just like the material itself, like it's gonna come back, it's gonna come crashing down all this PC shit. It's gonna go back to like real, raw, authentic comedy. People are gonna be like, the people that crave that shit, right? They want things they want shit that's relatable and like dirty and dark and like whatever your style is fine. And I feel like it's gonna come back to that in the next couple of years or so. which is very refreshing. But also in terms of like the future, I think there will be probably like there'll be what's called VR comedy shows. I think there are a couple already I've seen. People are in their houses and they'll just watch comedy and like
you'll be performing at Gary V's.
That's what I'm saying. I'm doing some stand up on VR for next year's VeeCon. As a fucking NFT or some shit.
It'll be an animation. It'll be pixels.
Yeah, bored ape doing stand up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not fucking imitating an iguana doing stand up. In front of fucking other NFTs. Like, just trip. Might as well just start doing acid, bro.
You
might as well start doing acid and just going off into the world. Like, what's the difference? And that's it.
Where do you see yourself? Like, what are some of your goals in the future?
I want to tour the world doing stand up and act in big movies. I want to do my own like Borat style movies with my characters.
Yeah,
and I think I can do that for sure.
Like
I know I can do that.
Truthful comedy, like
truthful comedy, man. Just like real shit, like from like cultural experiences.
Those are some of the funniest movies.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
I love Borat, man.
Incredible, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
He's
It's great
a
writing
genius.
and like
Sacha
genius. So I want to do kind of stuff that he's doing, in my own way. But I want to also tour the world doing stand up. I'm going to become worldwide, just kind of like Russell Peters, man. He's my inspiration to get into comedy in the first place. And people like that, like, actually, fun fact, Russell Peters is the longest has the longest tenure of selling out stadiums in history of comedians.
Holy shit.
No one's selling out arenas for this long more than Russell Peters. It's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Because of the type of comedy he does.
It's just more relatable, man. It's like it's like very worldwide. It's like he makes fun of different cultures just like I do, right? So it's like you can always kind of laugh at that.
Yeah.
It's always relatable and human. So it's just a cool thing.
Would you say he's your biggest idol, or
initially for sure, like literally my first inspiration, because this is the first comedian I saw on TV. And I was like, wow, like this is incredible. This guy's just making fun of brown people and Asians and he's not even Chinese, and like this is hilarious. And that was the first spark in my head, in my mind. I was like 12, I think, or like 13, whatever. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And then it's crazy to think, like, years later, I'm pretty much doing what he was doing at that time, just in a different way, in my own way, right? But he didn't have social media back then. Now I have it, and I'm also doing stand-up, so it's very surreal to know that I actually made it happen. Like,
so you think like if he was to grow up now, like if he was to be a little younger, he would have
social media
done so well with social media?
For sure, if he's doing what I'm doing, 100%. Yeah, for sure. But like, I don't know, everyone has their own path. It's hard to say because it was just different times, different age gaps and different generations. But yeah, man, I mean, who knows what's gonna happen 20 years from now? Like, there's gonna be a comedian that comes out, it's gonna be crazy good. Like, you don't know, it could be the next fucking better than Chappelle. It's like,
who would you say is the top comedian in your opinion?
And my favorite, or I think is the best.
The best.
Well, in terms of overall the best, I honestly, probably either Dave Chappelle or Louis C.K.
Yeah, my opinion is Chappelle. I just watched one of his sets like 3 nights ago again.
He's just,
from the Chappelle show to
just
his
everything,
stand-up
man.
is
Like,
fucking
fuck,
incredible.
he's just so consistently so funny.
The Chappelle
and
show
just
is
savage,
insane.
like crazy,
It's insane. Some of those skits are out of this world.
I know, it's fucked. But like, man, that's real comedy, man. It's like
Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah.
Shit.
Man, there's so many, man, Rick James and all this shit, bro.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Rick James, bitch.
Like Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr is great. Yeah, for sure. He's definitely top 10 in my opinion. Like, Louis C.K. is one of my favorites, to be honest. Even though obviously he got fucked with all those allegations, but hey, man, I don't know, man. I'm not here to defend him anyway. But at the same time, like, he's just jerking off. It's not it's not like he raped someone. I mean, it's fucked. It's fucked. But
it's not
just touched himself.
He
just touched it. You could have left. The door was right there. Yeah. Now, I'm not condoning any of this, but I'm just saying. Yeah. It's like you shouldn't ruin someone's career because of a small thing like that. I don't know.
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture. That's what I'm saying. It's stupid, but
he's just horny.
Well, everyone's fucking horny, bro. You tell me none of you motherfuckers who cancel these people. I've been doing some weird shit in the basement of your house.
People have probably done worse shit than that.
Oh, way worse.
Canceling him.
Way worse. Just because he's a public figure. That's why. It's the only reason why it seems as bad. But I'm like, man, people have done way worse shit.
That are the ones in the office or like.
Oh man, for sure,
airplanes, shit
everything
like that.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. I mean, but yeah, Louis C.K., man, aside from all that shit, his comedy is like crazy good, man. Like, the writing is incredible, and he's a savage. I feel like no one can do comedy like Louis C.K. can. It's just so smart, but
It's the way
so
his mind
savage at the
works.
same time. It's the way his mind works, but that's beautiful. I'm like, yeah, it's great, man. And like, show that talent. A lot of people have that talent, but are too afraid to show it, or they're they're worried about the judgments of others. Like,
it's such a shame.
Such a shame. Such a shame. They're getting in their own way. They're blocking your own way. So, if you're watching this, follow your fucking dreams and eat some ass. You never know what's gonna happen.
No broccoli.
No broccoli, just ass.
Just straight ass. Is that on the carnivore diet?
Yeah, carnivore diet, bro. Lick that taint, eat some liver.
There's the reel right there.
Yeah, Onions, no. Ass, yes.
And bumper sticker.
And bumper sticker.
That's a good one.
I had one. So we only have a few minutes left, but I have one question I had to ask is, how cool is it having your brother and your mom working so close with you? Like, I know your brother's your manager and your mom's a pretty important part of your content.
Yeah.
Like, how important is that for you?
It's good, man. I'm very grateful to have a team behind me. Like, I also have another guy. His name's Cyrus. He's also part of the Stupid Group Inc. My team, and it's actually officially our company name now. We have it licensed as Stupid Group Inc. So yeah, look out, baby. And so we have Cyrus, who's the editor-in-chief. I call him that because he just handles everything behind the scenes, from editing the videos or, making micro clips from certain, either podcasts I do, or I have my own YouTube show right now. It's a full-length 5-minute segment every week. It's a fake news parody show with all my characters. We film it twice a month, and he edits every video. It's a whole year-long contract thing we're doing. So he handles everything behind the scenes, videography, and all that shit too. And then my brother's a manager. Obviously, he handles the big vision shit, right? Like he knows where to take things. That's otherwise I don't know how to do. I just know how to do shit that's told to me, and I'm really good at doing those things. I just don't know where to take it sometimes. But my brother's really good at seeing the bigger picture and zooming out and being like, okay, if you want to get to here, you got to start doing this. If you want to get to here, you got to start doing this. He's very good at that, and I'm very grateful to have that, because without him, I'd be fucking lost, to be honest. So, and he handles all my emails and shit. It's like, man, because at some point it's a lot.
I can't even imagine. Yeah,
it's fucking insane. I need that, and so anyway, because you could use your time so much more efficiently. Than just answering emails all day, right? So it's like, I'm very lucky to have my brother that I can trust to handle all my shit. Someone who's looking out for you. And handles business inquiries and shit like that, or the gigs, or people want to book stuff, right? It's like all that stuff. And then, my mom's very cool, obviously very genuine, likes being on camera. She's very funny and people love her. And she'd become, a personality that people look forward to. So I don't like to make it my main content, because it's still my brand. It's like, I don't want to depend on her being in the videos, just, but also, it's cool to sprinkle her in, right? Every week we do a dance together, right? It's something that people can look forward to. It's just very wholesome. It's very genuine, and it's just fun. It's a fun bonding moment, if anything, with me and my mom. Not many
people can say
you can look back 30 years from now.
That's what I'm saying. It's look at all the look at all the videos I've done with her. So it's very nice.
Do you want to shout out your Instagram, stuff like that? Where can we find you? Where can people come watch your shows?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Neema Naz.
Everyone watching this knows where we can find.
If you don't, you're a fucking duster, bud. Let's fucking drop the mitts, pal. Just absolutely fucking go to town, eh? Just Muck Barn at Neema Naz on every social. NEEMANAZ on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, fucking content, and fuck your parents, okay? They don't know shit. And get a better fucking tooth, my man, okay? Bro, you gotta fucking start making lacrosse content, bro. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay? Shit.
It's pretty good, man.
Thanks, man.
It's really good.
Really good.
I appreciate it.
And then, did your brother school you in the Mamba basketball league?
The Mamba?
Mamba.
Yeah. What Mamba basketball league?
Yeah, he said to ask that, the Mamba basketball league.
Oh, I think you're talking about just Kobe Bryant in general?
No, it says the Mamba basketball league. That's what he texted. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My brother said that?
Yeah.
This guy's lying, bro.
He's just trolling.
This guy's trying to fuck his flow. He's trying to fuck the flow, yo. He's trying to fuck the flow. Sponsored by. No, I don't know. I think I think he's talking about Mamba. I used to play in a house league team called Mamba.
Okay.
Maybe not Mamba. Maybe he just fucked with the spelling.
Yeah, I think.
I did play house league basketball with a bunch of scrubs. When I was younger. We're all in khakis on the court. It's no wonder we're fucking shit. We're running around. I can barely run. You know what I'm saying? These people are just amateurs.
Lace is
But
not tied.
No,
for sure.
no tied. Yeah, that's it. Like this guy's on his phone on the middle of the game. Like, yeah, it's like no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Mamba League, I don't know what the fuck that is, but Kobe Bryant, Mamba,
Yeah.
Mamba Nation. He's actually my biggest idol in my life.
Yeah.
So, and it's a
Just
shame he
a
fucking died. But
Mamba mentality.
Mamba mentality, bro. It's all day. It sounds cheesy and clear. I don't give a fuck. It helps me a lot.
Mhm.
So I'm like, yo, if like, what would Kobe do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
He'd
I literally just think
he'd
about it.
work
He'd
his
work
fucking
his ass off, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, and like, think about how inspirational this guy is. Like, I have no idea.
Kobe's a
like,
man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know like anything about like he doesn't know who I am at all. But this guy is so good at his own craft. He inspired me to be great at my craft. That's how fucking inspirational this guy was, and it's such a shame he died so early because he would have had a sick career after like doing
Well, he was
different
making
things.
like the children's books.
Books and movies. He's gonna be like talks and speaking engagements and probably make a movie or whatever. I don't like. But
It's a shame.
right.
Yeah. Thank you again
Yeah,
for
that's
coming
fine.
on, man.
Yeah, man.
We really
Yeah.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
a lot,
bro.
I appreciate
Good luck
it,
with
man.
everything moving forward.
We'll come watch some more shows. Watch
Yeah,
you
yeah, we're
develop.
gonna come
Yeah,
out
for
again.
sure.
For
We've
sure.
been doing it for a long time, but
Come watch me bomb, a couple times,
we'll start booing.
Yeah.
Hopefully next time I have a fucking tooth.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I'll sit in the front row.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hopefully there's a dog there too that I can redeem myself.
I'm bringing
Maybe
a dog
you'll
and putting
be
it back
facing
for
you this way,
beside me in the chair.
Perfect.
Balls out
That's
again.
it. Balls out. Yeah, airing it out. Yeah, that's nice.
All right.